Good morning, everyone. It is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know, the episode where Kenya Moore got her suspension fired. I don't know which one it is, however you look at it, aired last Sunday. Cynthia Bailey afterwards was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And she pretty much said that she was shocked in real time when Kenya Moore did it. And she said that was really beneath Kenya. And I do agree. But I'm here to have a conversation about people saying that Cynthia Bailey is a flip flopper. She doesn't support her friends. And I'm here to say, first of all, let me back up and say this. I am a true Cynthia Bailey fan. So know that up front as I'm telling you how I feel and what my stance is in this particular situation, and y'all can let me know yours. So I'm not mad at Cynthia for letting Kenya know in real time in her face that, listen, what you did wasn't cool. What you did wasn't cool. Now, I do believe that if your friend is your friend, you stand by your friend, eat through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, I will say that. You should stand by your friend through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And many people will say they agree with that, but they only agree with it to a certain degree, so to speak. Why? Because they only agree with it if they are okay with how your ugly goes, right? If you're ugly, we had a bar from 1 to 10. If your ugly is, edging towards the 10, then they start to edge away. If your ugly is somewhere okay in their perimeter, then they're going to still be okay with you. And what is my proof? If your ugly edges towards the 10, then they drop you and act like they don't know you. Diddy situation. So as y'all tell me your thoughts on this story, don't just tell me 100% that you would stand by your friend. Because if your friend was Diddy, would you be at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center, visiting him? Would you be putting money on his books? Would you be on the social media streets talking about he was my friend, still is my friend? I don't like what he did, but he's my friend. Would you do that? So as you tell me how Cynthia, was wrong or right, think about the bigger picture. Do we have a degree upon which we will say you should still support your friend, and a degree upon which we say you should no longer support your friend? Now, let me go ahead and share a screen so we could get more into this story. Hold on, everybody. Cynthia Bailey reacts to Kenya Moore's R-rated presentation that got her fired from RHOA. It was just beneath Kenya. And I'm telling you, when you're opening your own business and you're tearing down your own business with your own tongue, I do believe it was beneath her. She had products she could have talked about. She could have talked about all the services she was going to do in that salon. She could have had and she could have introduced all her stylists and told us how many years these stylists was in the business. But instead, she chose to do a speech about Brittany Edie and show some posters. The entire Real Housewives of Atlanta cast was shocked when Bravo decided to part ways with Kenya Moore, according to the longtime star Cynthia Bailey. Bailey appeared on Sunday night's April 6th episode of Watch What Happens Live, where she broke down the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, during which Moore retaliated against Brittany Edie's pow pow threat by displaying poster boards of the newbie performing oral S at the grand opening of her hair care spa. I did not know where the presentation was going, to be honest, Bailey said on Watch What Happened Live with Andy following the episode. We were there to support Kenya Hair Care Spa. We seen her work on this for so long. This was her moment. It was just a positive moment where we were all there to support her, she continued. I just didn't see it coming. To be honest, I felt like it took the focus from her hair care spa, which is amazing, to this dark moment. And the moment was dark. Bailey, who was a full-time cast member on RHOA from 2010 to 2021, added, I seen a lot. I was part of Atlanta Housewives for over a decade. And I've seen some stuff. I've made mistakes on the show, and I've seen people make mistakes. And I feel at the end of the day, it was just beneath Kenya. According to Bailey, she and the rest of the cast were totally shocked when Bravo decided to stop filming with more following an investigation into the incident. We didn't know what, if anything, was going to happen, to be honest. It was also so sad because we didn't want to lose Kenya off the season because she's a big player on the show, Bailey said. I felt like you guys, network, did such a good job, had such a great vision for season 16, putting this specific cast together. And it's just so unfortunate that the fans didn't get to see it play out with the cast, including Kenya. But it was unfortunate by Kenya's own hands, right? Kenya had a major role to play in this. She, what was that? Darn it. It was that deodorant commercial. I want to say it was Secret. It says, never let them see you sweat. She let Brittany see her sweat. She let Brittany knock her off her square. She let Brittany mess up her own hair care opening. And she let Brittany win because Brittany stayed on the whole season and Kenya Moore did not. For every action, there's going to be a reaction. And, be careful of the holes you dig because you might be the one to fall in it. She was digging a hole to embarrass Brittany Edie, and she fell in that hole. Now, do I think she could have got a talking to? Maybe suspension of maybe 3 or 4 shows? The rest of the season? I don't know. But see, that's the other thing. When you do a crime, so to speak, you don't get to tell the judge or whoever else your job what the punishment should be. Oh, I did that. Can I just get 2 weeks off without pay? Then come back, make some apologies, and go about my business? You don't get to select the punishment. They do. And you said you put $400,000 into that salon for you to pour $400,000 of your own hard-earned money. If you were going to do that, you should have invited the people to your house and did it there, but not curse and spit on your own hard work in your salon. Listen, guys, y'all know the routine. Chat with me in the comments, and when I get opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts. 1, if you were Kenya Moore friend, would you still be standing by her through this particular incident, but just tell her, listen, you was wrong, you messed up, but I'm still your good girlfriend? I would stand by her. So, 2, do you think Bravo was correct in suspending her for the rest of the season? Whether you want to call it revenge P, what the P word stand for, right? Whether you want to call it that, or you just want to call it just dead wrong, there had to be some consequences to this. What do you think it should have been? Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button. I'll see you in the next video. And listen, Cynthia, to me, is not a flip-flopper. I think Cynthia speaks her truth in the moment. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.